So you're moving to Baltimore City and you have a $300,000 budget. You want to be by some really cool green space. You want to be in the southeast part of Baltimore and in a really cool neighborhood. We think Patterson Park is a great community for that price point. I'm here with Nick and Caitlin. Hey guys.
How you doing?
Hello.
Seems like it's been a while since we've done one of these.
I know, it
Far
has.
too long.
Yeah, summertime, you know.
So Patterson Park, what makes it such a cool neighborhood?
Well, I mean, first of all, Patterson Park, the park, is just like one of the best resources in Baltimore. There are all kinds of events there all the time. There's lots of dog-friendly activities, just great green space.
Yeah, and just the location. I mean, Southeast Baltimore has become kind of the place to be. You have all the shopping, easy access to 95, great neighborhood feel, you know, really, really desirable part of town.
I love Patterson Park because it's in the southeast, so you have all the amenities, all the waterfront, the shopping, the restaurants, the bars that you get in Fells Point and Canton and Highlandtown, but it's affordable.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really like one of the more affordable neighborhoods in the area that's close to the park. When you think about like Highlandtown, Canton to the south, and Butchers Hill to the west, Patterson Park is, you know, you get a lot of bang for the buck, right?
Really can. Yeah, totally.
So let's talk about the market data. I mean, Patterson Park is going to be very similar to a lot of communities in the whole country, let alone the city, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's realistically the same old song and dance. I mean, when you compare this to a year ago, it's pretty much, you know, 25% around lower across the board. New listings are down 25% from June of last year. New pendings are down 25%. And closed sales are down almost 30%. So it's really the same trend that we're seeing across Maryland and across the country.
But when you say, I mean, it's down 25%, but it's actually up from being down like 30 or 40%, right?
Yeah, and compared to some of the other neighborhoods we've looked in that are close to this neighborhood as well, it could be down further than it is, and that's for sure.
Yeah, so we're seeing in a lot of neighborhoods where the summer seasonal slowdown layer is kind of kicking in in a year where there was low inventory, so it's very competitive. I mean, I think that's going to be ripe conditions for, you know, if you're looking at end of summer to maybe find a better opportunity than at the beginning of the summer. That's for sure.
Yeah, especially because, you know, from May's data to June's data, we're seeing almost 60% increase in listings. So the summer slowdown really starts to increase inventory. So buyers who, especially now with the interest rates being the way they are, if you're still in the market and, you know, looking for something a little more affordable, you know, maybe wait a month to see what happens because there's more and more coming on the market.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we've been saying all year. Like, if you have time, like this year, to get the house you want where you're not in some crazy bidding situation. And the condition's so different than it was like a year or 2 years ago, where it was just low rates and everybody was buying houses. And that was, you know, that was kind of the hoopla. This year, it's just low inventory. So you just have more buyers and sellers.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. Definitely harder to find exactly the house that you want. But if you're willing to take the time, you know, they're coming on and the inventory is slowly starting to pick up.
So average days on market is running a lot less than, say, the 5-year average, right?
Yeah, almost half. I mean, we're looking at 2 weeks as an average, normally 30 days. So
and we're still seeing the sales price above the original list price, which means there's definitely been up until now.
Yep, there's demand, even though there's a lower inventory. There are plenty of people who are looking to buy in the area. So the average home price is actually up 14% from last year and 5% from last month. So definitely the pricing is good.
So let's talk about the types of real estate you can find in Patterson Park. What price and like what area of the neighborhood would you be in just to get into the neighborhood?
Well, you can get a fixer-upper that's in the more northern part of the Patterson Park neighborhood between $100,000 and $180,000. I mean, it's going to need some work.
Right. Maybe be small and need some work as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Then so for a nice like 1,200 square foot, 1,500 square foot house, maybe parking, 2-3 bedrooms, maybe 1-2 baths. What kind of price range are we talking?
That's kind of your $300,000 sweet spot. Yeah, plus or minus, $20,000 depending on the fixtures.
And I think too, we missed a spot, which is kind of where your entry level homes would be. Your kind of your starter houses, your 2-bed, your less than 1,000 square feet. If you want a smaller home, You can probably get in there with between like $200,000 and $230,000, like in the low twos. You can find a nice, nice livable, move-in ready.
Right, smaller. That's updated.
Yeah.
To newer updated. Right, we did miss kind of a category.
It's okay.
Nick's holding us all accountable.
You have to. Someone has to do it.
Yeah.
All right, so things have got better with your job. You can afford a little more house. You're up into, or your family's gotten bigger, and you need a bigger house. You need parking. You need finished basements. You need, roof decks. You need all the nice finishes. What price range? Not the tip top of the market, but that 1,500 to 2,400 square foot house. What are we talking?
I would say close to, you're pushing fours and a little bit over four. I mean, you can have. The way that the neighborhood's stretched out is you do get your 3-bed, 2.5, maybe 1,400 square foot with parking that's going to push into the fours. But when you go north of the park, you have the larger streets like Baltimore Street and Fayette, which will have bigger 3-story homes that'll push into the fours.
Yeah. So, the top of market, I think we'd all agree, is mostly facing the park, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what kind of price points are we seeing? Like, for the big monster park front townhomes, maybe 2,800 square feet to 4,000 square feet in some cases. What kind of price points are we seeing there?
Those mostly cap out around $600,000.
Yeah, like mid to high fives to low sixes is where we're going, depending on condition for sure. I mean, you have like a lot of nicer ones that'll go well into the 600s. But a lot of them will be 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, 3, 4, 5 baths.
Yeah, so. And the nice thing is you could be within like a 5-minute walking distance to Linwood and those park fronts. That's a different neighborhood. They would call that Highland Town. Yeah. Or Patterson Park Avenue, which is Butcher's Hill, which is more expensive. So you can have that park front that's really nice, and it's just more affordable than either the other two sides of the park, really.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, they're outside of Patterson Park, they're larger than the ones that you see on the east side of the park when you push towards Highland Town, because they have the painted ladies with the bow front houses. So the ones over there,
the further part of the park, that's a smaller park front, but those are nice as well. Yeah, but that's not Patterson Park. That's Highland Town.
Yeah.
So let's circle back. I think we already kind of described what you can get for $300,000 sweet spot, right? So that's a decent renovation. I know I was looking through the sales, and there's a pretty good. You can get a really nice house for $300,000.
Yeah, you sure can. I mean, between 2 and 3 bedrooms, 1 or 2 bathrooms, good looking renovation. I actually saw a couple with parking too. Yeah,
I mean, it's super affordable, especially if you do want that that Patterson Park living, but you're kind of priced out or don't really want to live in Canton. It's 2-bed, 2.5, 3-bed, 1.5, 2. Really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
The other nice thing about Patterson Park is the community associations up there are really active, and all the residents are really involved. And there's so much programming in the park, and the school up there they use the park as their playground, and it's just really vibrant and a great place where it's just a convergence of all the different neighborhoods and people. And we love. I lived on Patterson Park on the Canton side for many years, and was in that park usually twice a day walking the dogs, and it's really a gem in the southeast part of Baltimore City. Mm-hmm. So Nick, Caitlin, myself, we are real estate agents with the Greatest Moves team. Our office is in Fells Point, which is literally a couple minutes away from Patterson Park. And if you're interested in that neighborhood, please check out the links in this post. We're going to have 3 years of data in Patterson Park, so you can always come back to it and see what's happening with all the different data points that we've talked about, all of the existing sales, recent sales, and anything you can think about, all our blog posts and whatnot. But if you're wanting to come to town and look at Patterson Park or any of the surrounding communities, reach out. Our contact info is in this post. Take care. We'll see you next episode.